Hey, what is up, guys? Joseph here, and this is going to be my thoughts on the first half of Season 8 of The Walking Dead. Now, needless to say, if you haven't seen the first half of Season 8, there's going to be spoilers. Major spoilers. Go ahead and get straight into it. I really enjoyed the first half of Season 8. I enjoyed pretty much all of the seasons I enjoyed. But there's one moment that happened in last night's episode that I do not agree with. Carl is dying. He's dead. I watched Talking Dead last night right after the episode. Scott Gimple, just come out and say it. He's dead. Stop trying to avoid saying it. There is no way Carl is making this out of this alive. There is no freaking way. He got bit by a walker right on the stomach or the side, or maybe it was to the side, about right there. There is no way Carl is going to live. No freaking way. If he does survive somehow, it'll diminish everybody who's died from a walker bite. Every single person. Amy, Andrea, Dale. Well, he didn't die from a walker bite, but what's another? Tyrese. Just everybody. Okay, Carl's dead. Okay, and I mean, that does prove that nobody is safe, because with my Walking Dead predictions, I didn't even consider Carl dying. I didn't even consider the smallest percent possible, because that just, what's going to happen for comic spoilers, which isn't going to happen in the show at all right now, unless they give it to somebody else and it just doesn't hold the same weight. What's going to happen with the love triangle between Lydia and Enid in the show? And it was supposed to be Carl. What's going to happen to that? It's not going to happen at all, because... And I get it, the Chandler Reeves wanted to go to college and all that other stuff. If that's the case, I don't have a problem with that. But if that's the case, recast them after the 2-year time skip. There's been several shows to do that. Game of Thrones. I want to say Walking Dead has done that before, but I can't think of the example. I want to say Walking Dead has done that before. Recast somebody. Why? Just recast Carl, because now... I mean, they could have done it after the 2-year time skip after this season, because there's going to be a time skip, a 2-year time jump, but between seasons 8 and 9. They could have recast Carl then, but... I mean, now I'm not even so sure Negan's going to make it out this season alive. Because if they kill Carl, who's next? Daryl, Carol, Rick, Negan. That's a good thing, because you don't know what's coming. But I swear, if Negan doesn't make it out this season alive, and I know I've said this before, and eventually I'll look back in this and say I was wrong again. But if Negan dies and Carl Carl is going to die, but if Negan dies with Carl, Negan and Carl dies, what is going to happen with the Whisperers? Really? Because... with Carl dead, you wipe out the love triangle between him and Lydia and Enid in the show. In the comics, it was Sophia. And with Negan dead, I was really considering doing this, doing the Carl stuff in the last night's episode as like a rant. but I didn't want to like spoil it any of the title, and I couldn't think of a way to title it without spoiling it. But I mean, I'm pretty sure I'll look back on this maybe and say that I can see where they were going and they were right to do what they did. But I just right now I don't agree with it. But I'll just have to see how the rest of the season plays out with that certain thing. Shiva. I knew that was the one of the couple that I got right so far, anyways. With the death predictions, I knew she was gonna die. She was gonna die. Even once she was announced that she was going to be in the show, I figured it was coming. I figured it was coming, but I didn't know for sure until the season 8 trailer. Once that trailer dropped, and you guys can go back and watch it. I'll put a link in the description below. Once that trailer dropped, and once that moment hit where Shiva was in the pit with the walkers, that was it. I knew it. Y'all could see it. That was when I knew for a fact she was gone. I mean, before that, I was 99% sure, 1% maybe they'll keep her around for a little bit longer. But 99% sure, I was sure she was going to die exactly like she did in the comics. But why spoil it in the trailer? Why? Really, I'm still upset about that. I mean, it just took the levity of the moment away from me. Because I knew it was coming. It just ruined what was going to be what was supposedly going to be a rough episode to take. And I was expecting it once the episode hit. It was episode 4. I don't remember the episode name, but it was episode 4 of this season. Once the episode hit, and I knew that Scott Gimple and the rest of them said the first 4 episodes are where the action is going to be. So I figured it was going to be in one of those 4 episodes. If it wasn't in the first episode, it was going to be in 2 or 3 or 4. If it wasn't in the first and second episode, it would be in 3 or 4. If it wasn't in the first 3 episodes, it would have been in episode 4. It was in episode 4. It was the last scene, and I was anticipating it. I was just like, come on, let's get to it. Let's get to it. I want to see it. And long and behold, there it is. Why spoil it? Like, really, Walking Dead people. Yeah, people who don't read the comics didn't know it was coming. But save it for the people who read the comics, too. That could be another rant right there. Now let's talk about Morales. Man, I was not expecting Morales to come back. I mean, yeah, I've heard all the rumors the past 7 seasons now. Every season, he's rumored to come back. It was rumored season 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Every season, people want Morales to return. I just thought this would be another season where people want him to return. It doesn't happen. We just move on to the next season where people want him returning again. I didn't think they would return him, and especially as a savior. And then they decide to kill him off in the next week's episode. I guess it was a good trip down memory lane, but that was really all that it was for me. Literally, that's all that I saw of Morales' return, was like a trip down memory lane or a nostalgia thing or something along those lines, because he came in at pretty much the last second of episode 2. Episode 3, about halfway through, he died by Daryl. That was it for Morales. I wish he would have stayed around a little bit longer, I'm not saying survive the whole season. I didn't think he would survive the whole season, but I mean, make it to at least the mid-season finale or closer to it than what he did. But it is what it is. I was never really that obsessed with Morales like some other people are, but it was good to see him back and everything, but it was just, why? If that's what he was coming back for, it just I mean, it was fine. It was a good trip down memory lane and everything, but it wasn't anything real special from me. I mean, I enjoyed it. I'm not saying I didn't enjoy it or it was stupid or anything like that, but it just didn't. It could have been more, is what I'm saying. But it is what it is. Eugene and Dwight. Start with Eugene. He's not Negan. He can't be Negan. I'm sorry. Yeah, I know it's like with Dwight. But with Dwight, he's actually a fighter. Eugene is just biding his time. Once the war is over, he's going to go back to Rick. Whether or not they accept him, I don't know. But I know as soon as the war is over, he's going to go back to Rick. And I mean, last night's episode proved that when he saved or helped Gabriel and Dr. Carson escaping from the sanctuary. It's just a matter of time before Eugene comes back to Rick. Whether or not they accept him, that remains to be seen. Dwight. Now with Dwight, I don't think that he's gonna die, but I can see it happening now. This one, Dwight is kind of 50-50 for me. I mean, I know he's really on Team Rick right now, but I mean 50-50 as far as like live or die, because as this season progressed, I just don't know if Dwight is going to make it out the season alive. I really don't. I mean, there's, like I mentioned in the Walking Dead Season 8 predictions, character live or die predictions, I didn't think Dwight was going to die in this season because of a storyline after The Whispers that involves Dwight. And now I don't know if they're gonna wipe out the love triangle between Carl, Lydia, and Enid in the show. Then that Dwight storyline with, I can go in and say it, with Sherry and the rest of the saviors that come back. I mean, that storyline was pretty short to begin with, and the love triangle with Lydia, Carl, and Sophia in the comics was pretty extensive. Why? I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if they cut that storyline out too. I mean, there's good things that come with Carl dying because it does bring the show back to a you never know what's going to happen kind of thing that hasn't been around the show for a pretty long time. But at the same time, it just ruined a couple of good storylines that could have happened. And unless they give them to somebody else, it's not going to happen. I don't know what is going to happen. And I heard the rumors of Carl dying, but I never for a second believed it. I would have believed it once I saw it, but I didn't believe it for a second that it was a possibility because of what's going to happen afterwards. I knew that people freaked out. Oh, he cut his hair. I was thinking that was the exact same thing as what Maggie or Lauren Cohan did with Maggie, and back in season, it was 6. When she cut her hair, people all over the place freaked out because, oh my God, Maggie's dead. She's cut her hair. She cut her hair. And long and behold, she cuts her hair just like she does in the comics. I was thinking that was around the same thing, around the same reason why Carl or Chandler Riggs cut his hair, was because it was something in the show that he did or whatever. Turns out, no, he's dead. I can talk about Carl dying for like an hour.
1 hour later.
Yeah, I'm glad I haven't done that because I was planning on doing the top 10 shocking Walking Dead deaths in the TV show, re-updating it, because I told you guys that I would re-update all of my old videos, and that was the first one on the list, was the top 10 most shocking Walking Dead character deaths in the TV show, because I think that's my second most popular video, and right behind the Punisher trailer reaction, because now Carl is going to be on the list. I don't know where he's going to rank, to be honest with you. I'm not trying to spoil. I'm not trying to keep the spoilers away from the list or whatever. I'm not trying to save the views I'll probably get with that video, or just I'm not trying not to spoil that video for you guys to see where Carl ranks on that list. I literally do not know, because that death just wrecked all of my list. I don't know if he's going to be number 1 or number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5. I do not know. All I know is he's definitely going to be on the top 10, because just go to the next one. Oceanside. Didn't they say they would join the war against Negan in the season finale of season 7? Season 7 the season 7 season finale. Jesus. Or not the season finale. Whatever the episode was when they went to Oceanside. Didn't they say they would join the war? Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments below, but I believe they said they would join the war. Where are they? They didn't show up until last night's episode. Really? Speaking of which, Enid killed what's-her-face, the grandma, Netanya. I was right about that one in the death predictions. I didn't think Enid would kill her. I didn't even think I was thinking she would die in like a battle of the saviors or something. But like I said, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe they said they would join the war against Negan. When Rick and his people in Oceanside lined up against the group of walkers coming their way, and they just teamed up to kill all the walkers coming. I think they said they would join the war against Negan. Like I said, correct me if I'm wrong, because I want to say they did. If so, where were they? Really? The garbage people were garbage people. Oh my God. What is going on with the garbage people? Really? Episode 7, they said they would join the war. The next episode, literally I don't know if it was the first scene, but I'm pretty sure it was like the first scene. They ran off. Really? Really? What is going on with the garbage people? Really? I mean, they're not getting that much screen time, just like Oceanside. And just like one major character, one that should be a major character, he's about in between a minor and a major character. I don't know the word, but I'm pretty sure there is one. But he's not a minor character, but he's not a major character. Jesus. Where is Jesus? Like, really? He was only in a scene here and there. Give him more screen time. Like, he's... Oh, my God. Like, Jesus is one of my favorite characters. One of the characters that I want to see more of on screen. And he doesn't get that much screen time. And the screen time that he did get in this season was telling Morgan and Tara and Maggie not to kill the Saviors. Really? Like, I know he's named after Jesus and Jesus Christ was peaceful and all that stuff. But really, on the nose with that one. It just, really, why? Just give them something else to do other than telling Maggie and Morgan and Tara not to kill the Saviors. Because I was starting to get annoyed with them, to be honest with you. It is what it is, but that's all that I can think of right now. Daryl getting his vest back. It's about time. I'm trying to think of anything else that happened. Jerry. Oh my! I thought Jerry was dead. I really did. I was scared. I really was in last night's episode when Simon took a shot. I thought Jerry was dead. It didn't happen until later. Once I saw him, I didn't even know who he shot. I couldn't figure that out. It happened so quick, and I wasn't even really paying attention that closely. I wasn't even paying the attention that closely until it was already done. But I thought Simon killed Jerry, and I was about to freak out. But by the time I was about to freak out, I see Jerry still alive, and I was, thank you. I don't want Jerry to die. That's all that I can think of right now. I'm pretty sure I left something out. Let me know what you guys think of the first half of the season 8 in the comments below. Did I forget to talk about something? Leave it in the comments below, and I'll talk to you guys about it. But if you guys think I left something out, just comment below, and I'll discuss it with you and talk about different stuff. But as far as this video, that's all that I can think of right now. As it's going to be a rough season. if Carl is going to die, there's no telling what's going to happen next. To be honest with you, I don't even want to try and say who's going to die in the season finale, because if Carl dies in the mid-season finale, somebody else big is going to die in the season finale. I don't even know who is going to die. Daryl, because they're not going to kill Rick. Maybe Negan. I don't want him to, but I don't know anymore. But I know Rick. Rick is the only person that's safe. And watch, after I say that, he's going to die. But Rick is the only person that I can see being safe. I mean, maybe Daryl, Negan, maybe Carol, Morgan. Well, Morgan, not really. But Morgan might die because he's got that Fear the Walking Dead now. So that's a possibility. But that's it for this video. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Did you enjoy this video? If you did, be sure to hit that like button. If you're new to the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button. Got several videos coming soon, planned before the end of the year. I don't know if that Shocking Walking Dead top 10 Shocking Walking Dead comic or TV show deaths is gonna be up before the end of the year. But I know I have the most anticipated movies of 2018. I'm planning on doing a Christmas movie podcast kind of thing. And that's the only 2 videos. I know I got some others planned, but those are the only 2 that come to mind right now. But if any of those videos interest you, hit that subscribe button and you'll know whenever I upload them. Until next time, like me on Facebook at JMash97, follow me on Twitter at JMash97, follow me on Instagram at JMash_97, all of those social media links in the description below. Mash out.